Hello everyone! And here we have a part 2, technically, from last week's video where I compared an old American fan to an old British fan. This time I thought it would be interesting to do some slightly newer fans. This time we're more looking at maybe around the 1960s periods. Our old American fan representing here is this General Electric 12-inch desk/strap fan as they called it. And representing a British fan is a 1960s Limit 12-inch desk fan. I think I chose these two simply because out of the old British fans I've got, this one is probably the closest in age to that one. That one's probably like late 50s, early 60s. That one's definite 60s. The other, and there are 2 speeds as well, which makes it easier because the Frost is only 1 speed. Well, obviously, if we look at the visuals, these two are very different visually, these fans. Very different for that matter. If you look at the grills, it has this sort of like, it is a sort of like line grill. This one uses a more, as you can see, rounder one. Obviously, neither have very restrictive grill because you can stick your hand all the way through. The paint scheme is also different. This fan rocking an entire grey, this one rocking a more creamish, yellowy colour. You have the 2-speed switch here, and you have the 2-speed switch here. These fans are practically like, I think the only really similarity they have is the back part of the grills are very similar, just being the typical 4 lines. And the fact that they're 4 blades, because other than that, they're so much different. Side view, back view, even the motor placements. I don't have the oscillation on right now because I've only temporarily taken it off for comparison here because the oscillation doesn't want to, it can't really disable it when it's on. It's meant to, but it won't because something's wrong there. So I'm taking it off simply for the comparison of this. The oscillation on the back, the motor on the front, whereas on this fan it's the opposite. The oscillation's here, the motor is back here. And this does mean the bearing placement on these two is different. This one has a normal, your front bearing's there, your back bearing's there. As you can see it right there. This one, a front bearing is right here, and the back bearing is right around where the front of the motor is, where the front bearing usually is. It's very strange. I've had a look inside these fans, it's very strange fans in terms of the design. Personally, I am slightly leaning towards a General Electric. Maybe it's because you don't see them in the UK, that's probably why. But yeah, enough rambling on, let's look at the design category. In terms of taking these 2 fans apart to service, it's an odd one because they're both awkward in their own ways of taking apart. Like for example, this fan, if you want to take the grill and blades off, there's 3 screws, one there, one on the other side, I think one at the bottom, one at the bottom. Those 3 have to come out, this takes the whole grill off, and then the blades are just force off with the grill. And then to get the motor out from this motor housing, you have to, essentially there's 2 screws right at the very back, so you need a long screwdriver in there. It's very strange how this fan was built. This one's just, you of course just force it off these, and then trying to get the blades out is really annoying, trying to get the grill off. The blades come off normal way, luckily. Because the screw for the blades is right there. If I had to give a winner for design, it's the General Electric. It has unique designs compared to the Limit, which takes a more traditional approach to fans, which is fine, but from my experiences, the General Electric is easier to take apart and service. Even if the oil ports on the Limit are way easier to get to. For build quality, they are similar in build quality. They both have their goods and bads. It's a really hard one to call because they're both good, well-built fans. Obviously, for their time, they would be more budget fans, but by nowadays standards, they're high quality. And yeah, they're both similar in quality. I don't know, honestly. That's an insane one to call. I think I'll try to get a decision out later on in the video. Enough rambling on. I think we should get to running these 2 fans. I think we should start by setting them to low, which in this case is its second option, and this one is the first, which is very strange. That one was more normal for the time. That one was considered strange. Not anymore, it's not, but yeah. Alright, ignore the washing machine going off in the background. We now have both fans set to low. Let's run them, shall we? Here's low. Take a look at airflow right up close. Yeah, the General Electric is much stronger. If we do it from like a little bit away, we get the same results basically. But the limit is quieter of the two, so how about that? The limit is quieter. But neither camera, they're not that noisy. They're quite quiet fans. Hi. There you go, we test them up close up. It is fairly obvious. The General Electric is stronger of the two. You go from a little bit further away. We get the same result, but it's slightly closer. From this distance, they make about the same amount of noise. And from back here, the General Electric is just slightly louder. To be fair, the General Electric has an advantage as its motor is a lot more beefier and powerful than the Limit's, with the Limit only having a 38 rated watt motor, and the General Electric's motor draws, is it around like 80, 85? Like it is a beefy motor in there. And to be fair, it's a lot bigger than the Limit's motor. Let's turn them off at the same time, shall we? Here we go. No surprise, the Limits can never have good spin downs. Not bad spin down for General Electric though, however. Here's a start up too high on the Limit. Here's a start up to high for the General Electric. I think we've reached a conclusion with this. I'm not waiting for the General Electric to stop, or I'm just going to continue. That the General Electric's clearly proven to be the superior fan. In terms of design, I give it to the General Electric. In build quality, I actually made up my mind towards the Limit, just barely, solely because the plastic motor housing on the General Electric is not great. Airflow goes to the General Electric by a mile. This fan is way more powerful than the Limit. And noise level, it was practically like even, wasn't it? So overall, the General Electric is the better of the two from the 60s British versus American desk fans. So I guess for part 2, America gets its revenge in the later stages. After, spoilers from last episode, the American fan did not win last episode. But yes, for this episode, the American fan is the more powerful and is our winner. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and see ya.